Okay, so some time has passed, and I said I was going to do a Man of Steel spoiler discussion review sort of thing, and that time is now. One of the things I really loved about this movie was Michael Shannon as Zod. I know a lot of people said that he was outshadowed by Faora, but the truth of the matter is that I don't think a lot of people appreciated Michael Shannon's portrayal of Zod. Basically, the thing I liked about this movie is that Zod was not evil. Dramatic Writing 101 dictates that the hero is the hero of the story, but the villain is the hero in his own story. So looking at the movie from that perspective, it sort of gives clear motivation as to why Zod was doing what he's doing. And I really like that about the movie, is the fact that it established this thing, the Codex, but it never really explained why the Codex was important, until Zod showed up later on Earth and explained that the Codex has basically the genetic information of every Kryptonian ever. In short, it's a way to rebuild Krypton. Now, keeping that in mind with everything else put in the movie, where Zod said that every Kryptonian is born with a certain role, is bred with a certain destiny sort of thing. Oh wait, no, that was Jor-El who said that. Regardless of who said it, the point is, once you have that knowledge, it explains that Zod is who he is because he was born to be that way. He was born to be a soldier, and everything he's going to do in life is going to be geared towards him being a soldier. So in this movie, Zod isn't exactly like evil, but he's just very pro-Krypton. And I like the way the movie explained that, where Zod said that he was, 33 years on various outposts finding nothing but dead Kryptonians, and then he comes to the one planet where Krypton can flourish again, and he gets stonewalled by some douche kid. Yeah, I'd be frustrated too. So yeah, Michael Shannon's performance as Zod really gripped me. I really liked what he did with the character. I really liked where he was going with it, and I don't think a lot of people appreciated that, because there was a lot of subtext to his performance, a lot of things that he was doing, a lot of the thing is, yes, Faora did outshine him in the physical confrontation, but again, think about it. Zod is a general. He's not going to be down there fighting Superman himself. Look at General Swanwick. He was in the bunker. He wasn't there with the Colonel. Faora is the advanced person. Of course she's going to be out there. Of course Zod is going to be on the ship. But when it came down to the last fight, it was Zod and Superman. But early on in the movie, of course that wasn't going to happen. They tussled a little bit when Zod threatened his mom, but Zod got out of there like, yo, I ain't doing this. This is beneath me here. Michael Shannon basically played Zod as a utilitarian. The one scene where Zod says to Superman that, yeah, I killed Jor-El, and yeah, it still haunts me. I don't think he was lying there, but I don't think he was attached emotionally to that. I think he was more or less saying it haunts him in a utilitarian sense, where, damn, I killed Jor-El, I could really use him now. He could really help us do what we need to do now, because this is kind of outside of my realm of capabilities, if that makes any sense. Another thing that I like about the Zod character is that he was able to exhibit fear and sympathy and a lot of things when Clark bursts through his ship, and then Zod says, don't! If you destroy the ship, you'll destroy Krypton! And then at the end of the movie, we see Zod's kind of break. Basically, with the whole setup of the Codex and everything like that, and Zod being born to be a soldier, and at the end of the movie, Zod has no people, no one to defend, and he's just like, I have nothing. My entire existence is basically gone. So yeah, I really understood that. I really got that conflict, and if I could understand where a movie's villain is coming from as well as the hero, and it makes their clash that much more interesting, because both characters, in a sense, feel like they're doing what they need to do. Although at the end of the movie, Zod was intentionally being a douche just to be a douche, whereas beforehand he was just very pro-Krypton, like, these humans are not my people, I don't need to care about them, it's all about us Kryptons and trying to get Krypton back, these humans are just in the way, let it be done with it. I would think that if Zod actually went to another planet where Kryptonians were flourishing and fine and whatnot, he would have just gone to Earth, found the Codex, and said, look, we need the Codex, give it back, and we'll go. I'm 100% sure Zod would have done that without attempting to ruin Earth. But the movie gave Zod a reason to ruin Earth. The fact of the matter is that, look, out of 33 years of traveling the outposts, there's nothing out there. We are it. And we need that Codex to survive. And that's what I liked about it. That's what I loved about this movie. Another thing I loved about this movie was the learning curve. When Zod peels off his face mask and then he starts seeing through his hands and hearing the noises, and he's just freaked out, like, what in the blue hell is happening here? I liked that. I liked the fact that it actually showed that Zod was blatantly disoriented and just had issues with that. But I liked the fact that he just got it almost immediately, because he's a soldier, he's trained, this, that, and the other thing, and I thought that was a good excuse. A few things that kind of bugged me, but no big, huge, glaring issues, is that when Superman was on Zod's ship, and then he started coughing up blood and whatnot, and Zod said, oh, well, he'll need to adjust to get to the atmosphere. The thing is, Superman can breathe in a vacuum, so technically he shouldn't have to adjust to any kind of atmosphere. That being said, Henry Cavill's performance as Superman was awesome. The dude is enormous, and I just really liked what he did with the Superman character. Grace Randolph kept calling him an emo Superman, but I didn't get that. I got the sense that he was a burdened character, like he has this constant will, this constant desire to help. Be right back. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so, yeah, he had this constant will to help, and I like the way that they did that with the flashbacks of, kind of explaining why he made the choices he made. And this is gonna elaborate some more on the ending of the movie, but the point is this, is that, when we see Clark, do the whole bus thing and whatnot, and Jonathan Kent telling him, look, you can't do this. People aren't ready. And then in his adulthood, we see him just going for it. Like, look, I don't care if people are ready. These people are in trouble. I'm going to help them. And, that's the guy Superman is. So when he bursts in that door of that oil rig on fire and the guys are just staring at him, Clark's like, let's go, let's do this. And all those guys just follow suit. Like, I know they have questions, but at that point in time, they're being saved, and that's what Clark is relying on. That, the chips are down, I'm gonna step in. And I like that they juxtapose that with the flashbacks and everything. I thought that was very, very well done. Yeah, just, the fact of him holding back his restraint when the guy poured beer all over him, and then he just messes up his truck. I laughed out loud at that scene. That was freaking hysterical to me. But, the ending of the movie, Superman breaking Zod's neck. I know a lot of people have issues with this, but I was perfectly fine with it because it was sort of juxtaposed in the flashbacks when the bullies push him down, and then Clark tells Jonathan that, I really wanted to punch him, I really wanted to hurt him, and Jonathan's like, yeah, but would that have made you feel better? I mean, you knock him out, and then what? And at the end of the movie, the whole thing, the whole issue with that is basically doing what you gotta do at the right time, and that time where Clark was getting bullied, it wasn't it. That was a time to use restraint. Like, Clark could have defended himself, because even Jonathan picked up on that when he said, dude, are you okay? And Clark is like, they can't hurt me, and Jonathan's like, that's not what I meant. I meant, are you okay? And that's the sort of thing, is that Superman has always shown restraint when dealing with other people. When dealing with people who can't take a punch, But when it came to Zod can, take that, take that abuse, but Superman didn't want to. That was the point. All his life, he's been showing restraint. All his life, he's been at that point in time where it's like, punching you won't make me feel better because I will kill you. You know? That's not going to help me here. So when he had Zod, it wasn't, you know, that point in time, that was a point in time to not show restraint because other people's lives were in danger. And that's been a theme throughout the entire movie. Even when Superman was surrendering, it's like, I'm not surrendering to Zod, I'm surrendering to mankind. There's a difference. And he's walking there with the handcuffs and he's like, well, whatever will make him feel comfortable. You know? So when Superman breaks Zod's neck, it's not for himself. He's not doing this because, oh, you know, I'm getting rid of Zod here. He's doing that to save that family. But it doesn't make him feel any better. So when he collapses on his knees and just, you know, screams in agony, you know, that is a Superman reaction. That is the kind of reaction he would have to doing something like that. Because yes, he saved that family, but it doesn't make him feel any better that he did. If he could have solved that situation by doing something else, he would have, but he couldn't. And I know, a lot of people are going to say he could have done something else, but the fact of the matter is that those laser eyes, it's such a hair trigger that any other movement that he would have done probably would have incinerated that family. I'm almost certain of that. So there was nothing else that he could have done. And it's not like he was like, oh yeah, I killed Zod, whatever. No, he just like, because he understood the gravity of that issue. He killed not only the last surviving member of his race, but someone who completely understood him. And again, this wasn't a vengeance thing. You know, when Zod tells him that, oh yeah, I killed Jor-El, it wasn't like, I must avenge my father. No, it was either, these people are going to get incinerated by this guy, or I need to do something about this guy here. And he did. And he felt bad about doing it, but that family was saved. And that's kind of the thing that can give him a little bit of comfort, but not completely, because again, I did kill someone, but there isn't a court around that will convict him, or can, considering the fact that Zod isn't an American citizen or a citizen of Earth, so killing Zod doesn't have any legal repercussions. Exactly. The point of the matter is that I'm okay with Superman breaking Zod's neck. And for everyone out there who isn't, it's a movie, okay? This doesn't have any saying on the comic books. In the comic book, Superman doesn't kill, period, but he did kill Doomsday. Doomsday was one of the only beings that he absolutely, positively realized that, yeah, I gotta kill this mofo. And in Final Crisis, he did kill Darkseid. Technically, he kind of destroyed it. Basically, he killed Darkseid, okay? Also, let's not forget he aided in killing the Anti-Monitor. So yeah, Superman has killed before, just hasn't actually killed in a traditional sense where he took a life. But in this movie, he did take a life. But in the movie universe, that can probably explain why he won't do so. Because he did so, felt bad about it, and decided to never do it again. This is a movie, people. Let it go! That's all I really wanted to say about Man of Steel. Again, fantastic movie. 2 thumbs way, way up. Loved it from beginning to end. And yeah, just can't say enough good things about it. If you haven't seen it, see it. And that's it, guys. I'm out. Kneel before Zod! I've always wanted to do that.